and the legendary Eclipso. He's been around professional wrestling a long time. These styles are going to be complementing each other. But this is reminding me of a replay back here last year.
In Martinsville, yes. Amateur rules matchup.
Yes. And I got to think Tony's going to want to get a little revenge here.
They tried to shoot that leg on him, couldn't quite get it. And look at that, hip toss over. Scott Weddle controlling his man up to this point.
Oh, look at the power.
I know Scott Weddle is an accomplished amateur wrestler himself, but I just don't think you can handle Tony Ray strictly by the amateur rules.
No, I mean, Tony has youth and speed on him. And that's two of the biggest factors when you're going into amateur wrestling.
That's exactly right, but look at the size difference and the strength difference between the two. Amateur wrestling is closely regulated by weight. And right now, you got Tony Ray, I guarantee you he's got a good 20, 25 pounds of muscle.
On him, yes, without a doubt.
Now, that's not always the determining factor, but it's going to play into it the longer this match goes.
Well, Tony has competed in amateur wrestling a lot more recently than his opponent has.
Now, look at there. He went to the eyes, and as you well know, Tony Ray had an injury from the Cuban assassin in APW several months ago where the Cuban shoved a lit cigar into his eye and he was out of action for several weeks. Wasn't even sure whether that eye was going to regain vision or not. And Scott Weddle, having that scouted, went right after it. Look at the Eclipso, right back on him, choking him on the top rope or middle rope over there.
And you know that's got to be going through young Tony's mind right now. Is he going to have trouble with his eyes? He don't want any permanent damage.
Absolutely.
I caught up with him in public several times when that was happening. He had that eye patch over his face and obviously was in pain.
Well, you know, not only in the physical pain, which anybody can deal with grit and determination, but the mental stress and pressure that put on him of not knowing what the end result was going to be.
That's a lot of anguish to put on somebody who's just trying to get their career started.
Absolutely it is. And in comes the wily veteran.
Tony's trying to get to his corner.
It looks like to me that the game plan and the strategy of Eclipso has come to fruition here. They're gonna work on the leg of Tony Ray.
Now the other factor is these guys have technically competed already tonight.
Well, this is true. Yeah, they did lose that handicap match, but I think it was their arrogance that cost them that.
Oh, without a doubt. Not taken away from Ace England. He's a hell of an athlete. But 2-on-1 with anybody, well, arrogance is the factor.
He's inspirational for sure.
Look at them quick body shots from Tony. He's trying to use that knee, but you can tell he's still favoring his other. Nice little shoulder tackles into the corner on the legendary Eclipso. There comes that ring awareness that you only get through years in there. Forearm uppercut right to Tony's jaw. You know Scott Lee wants to get in on this. He's the only person that hasn't got to compete yet tonight, and he hates seeing his young apprentice just...
Absolutely, and he's been isolated out of the action here for a long time.
Now they're taunting him. That's a man I wouldn't want to sit there and taunt. Nice camel clutch.
And he's got it locked in.
Tony is looking wore out. He needs to get that tag. Just mocking him. Scott's reaching for everything he has. He just needs a couple extra feet.
Look at that, the power and the strength of Tony Ray. Look at Eclipso working his way over there.
Well, he knows all the tricks.
behind the referee's back. Now look, referee, senior official called him to go back to the corner and look at that. Tony Ray isolated again. They've cut that ring off diagonally, and they're keeping the man in their half of that ring.
Well, that's why they're the tag team champions.
Yes, that's true.
55 minutes remain.
Now, I don't feel that there's going to be any danger of running out of time tonight.
No, not on a 60-minute time limit matchup. There shouldn't be.
Especially how poor Tony's getting worked over here tonight. Oh, Tony
Big
got a quick
right-hand shot there. Left hand takes the veteran down.
Oh, that's somewhere
Oh,
that
look
Clipso
at
don't
that.
want to be. Oh, that's some educated feet right there.
That's right. Knows exactly where and how to hit the man, and he did it with authority. And now they're working on the leg of the champion, the veteran here.
For those who don't know at home, Scott Lee is also a 7-time martial arts world champion. He has educated feet, and he knows how to pinpoint those feet to give the most damage.
I tell you, that's very impressive, without a doubt. And it translates well into professional wrestling, but it doesn't always mean the difference with a grappler.
Not at all.
I mean, we saw guys like Hoist Gracie at the beginning of the UFC show that a grappler can beat a striker of different styles.
Fans are into this. He's yelling for Scott, giving him encouragement.
Here comes Tony off the top.
Ooh, a nice tag team maneuver here.
Man, he got some height on that one.
Oh, look at the pain coming across Eclipso's face. Whitmore's looking concerned over there.
Now, Tony might be losing his cool here, letting the frustration get to him in his rookie mind. He has to be very wary not to let him get lulled into something here, because the wily veteran, you know, he's always thinking, he's always got a plan. And he's got a backup plan, and then he's got an alternate plan, and then he's got an alternate backup plan.
Well, look at this. This right here is showing his youth. He almost let his showboating let Eclipso get the fresh man in.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's inexperience and youth. Eclipso rolls this man over. Referee counts to 2. Waistlock still maintaining an advantage on his man. I tell you what, looks like he was going to go for a belly-to-back suplex there. Oh, my God. Tony Ray just dominating Eclipso on the mat.
Well, look at Tony right here. He's widening his base out. He's keeping the leverage in his favor. Like you were talking about earlier with Sean Cruz and Chase Bennett. That leverage matters. And now they're using teamwork here to just keep piling on the damage.
Quick tags, they're doing what they need to do.
Well, that's how you keep a fresh man in. If you wait too long, you're just going to be exhausted, and the recovery time takes too long for you to be an effective partner to come back in. Look at Eclipso. He's retreating back to his corner.
Oh, look at that. Veteran move.
Took the legs right out from under Scott.
Now, I would say they're going to apply the pressure on Scott Lee at this point, because I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't think either one of the Southern Wrecking Crew want anything to do with Tony Ray on the mat in a grappling contest.
Well, it's going and choking Scott right here, right in the middle of the ring. There's no ropes to break that. All on the referee. Now, that's a tactic a lot of times I've seen the Southern Wrecking Crew use, and the referee's back was turned. Yeah, the fans seem to be getting into this match.
I tell you what, they are. Look at that big cross body coming off the ropes. Had a lot of momentum, a lot of impact. Drove his opponent down. Got a 2 count. Scott Lee's got to press his advantage here. firing in some forearm shots. Looks like he's going to hook it for a suplex. Up and over with a snap suplex.
Oh, he's going for the Three Amigos.
Expired from this match. 50 minutes.
Paying homage to the legendary Eddie Guerrero.
I tell you what. DDT. Can he cover him? Can he get over there and get the pin? Oh, so close. So close.
Scott is going to. Oh, now Scott's taking some damage.
Back and forth contest.
Oh, tornado into it. FU. Scott kicking out. Looking a little bit wore out here. Here comes the experience of the tag team champions, keeping the man in their corner. The big smile on Eclipso's face. You know he has to be a proud papa right now, watching his boy take out Scott Lee. Oh, and a cheap shot on Tony when he wasn't looking right across the face. Now Eclipso's choking out Scott Lee over in the corner. The referee trying to separate Tony from getting to his partner, and the Southern Wrecking Crew.
They got him isolated over there, and look at that.
Well, putting pressure on that knee right there. He knows those legs are so dangerous to Scott Lee. If he can take him out of the game, it's going to be a huge
that's the way to wrestle Scott Lee, and honestly, that's the way Victor Andrews defeated Scott for the belt, because he took it to the mat and didn't allow Scott to have a vertical base.
Well, you know these guys, they're legends in their own right. They're champions. They've probably seen that same game footage.
It's very, very likely, because it's aired on television all throughout our network with American Pro Wrestling.
I mean, you're all over the place. Tell me where all your streaming is.
Well, I tell you what, it's not just the streaming, brother. We're on broadcast television on WBNS Fox 59 in West Virginia. We're on Star News here in the Martinsville, Virginia area, in the Greensboro, North Carolina area. We're on WWON Channel 48 in Brooklyn, New York. We're on in Southampton and East Hampton, Massachusetts. We're on 2 different stations in 2 different areas in Wisconsin. We're on in Nevada. We're on in South Dakota. Hey, brother, we're national. NICW and APW taking it national. And you know what? At the end of the year, they're going to check all of our ratings, and they're going to give us more stations.
That's awesome. That's great to hear. Now, I've heard rumors, and I don't know how true this is, but I've heard rumors that there are people all the way across the pond that even get to watch your stuff a little
Absolutely,
bit.
absolutely. Now, what we had a streaming channel at one time. We've sort of abandoned that. We're putting our stuff up for free now on Rumble. If you go to rumble.com and you will go to American Pro Wrestling TV and subscribe, as soon as our television episodes air, we put them up on Rumble so that the people that are not in our broadcast network areas can have access to our television programs. And all of our events, just like tonight, will be available on there. There are events from Martinsville and Stuart previously, and APW events from Fayetteville, West Virginia, and Meadow Bridge, and Baileysville, and Bluefield are all available on Rumble.
I tell you what, with a market like that right there, no wonder you're all over the place, Joe.
I tell you what, I'm working my butt off, Josh. Today is my 3rd out of 4 days at a live wrestling event just this week. And that doesn't count the promotional efforts that I've been putting in. Hanging posters, hanging banners, talking to TV stations, talking to radio stations, and talking to the production company about television issues and booking wrestlers. I'm the booker for APW Wrestling. I tell you what, I'm busy as a cat scratching fleas on 4th of July.
Well, I'll tell you what, that shows your dedication, your love, but also your endurance. I mean, me and half your age won't be able to keep up with that schedule.
Well, you know what? I've been setting that record a long time. I've been better than men half my age most of my life.
Well, I did hear that from one of your lady friends. I didn't want to get out here and brag on you too much. Calypso's got him in.
Got him in a leg scissors. Tony was able to bridge up and pin his opponent, pinned the Calypso's shoulders down temporarily.
He's really good at keeping, knowing where the referee's at. Every time the referee's not looking, he's pulling Tony's hair. He's scratching his eyes.
That's definitely the mark of a veteran. There's not a doubt. That's the mark of a veteran for sure.
Tony is dependent strictly on his amateur abilities right here. He's trying to play fair, but it's hard to play fair with somebody He plays so dirty.
I think Eclipso might be going back to the eyes on top. No, he went to the throat. My mistake. He went to the throat there, Josh.
Well, that's the only thing that's worse for your eyes. If you can't breathe, you can't fight.
Absolutely. Now, there's about 5 very vital self-defense points on the human body. The eyes, the throat, the solar plexus, the groin, the knee, and the instep.
And I'll tell you, there's a place you can learn about all of this at Rutter's Martial Arts, is one of our sponsors here tonight. If you're interested in taking martial arts or learn how to better self-defend yourself in any unforeseen situation, contact Rutter's Martial Arts on Facebook.
Now, that's barring that you learn those things the way I learned them, which is join the United States Marine Corps and spend 6 years going around the world getting shot at. I wouldn't recommend that for just everybody, Josh.
No, that takes a bit of a tougher individual than the average dude.
The only good thing about that is in the Marine Corps, they do tell you, hey, shoot back, dummy.
Well, hopefully they give you enough magazines to shoot back with.
That's right. Big body slam there by Scott Weddle.
Scott is laying those kicks in. I mean, these guys are really showing their dominance for the most part throughout this match. You're seeing why they're the tag team champions.
Elbow drop drives it right into the solar plexus. We saw that in a match earlier tonight.
It looked like Tony's eyeballs were going to pop out of his head when he dropped that elbow right there.
Well, to be honest, that looks like Tony most of the time. He has a perpetual look of surprise on his face.
He does that. Another suplex.
You know about that perpetual look of surprise, though, right? From your first girlfriend?
That is true.
You know, that inflatable one?
Well, we didn't supposed to talk about that tonight, but
I'm sorry, I'm just joking with my co-host there. I'm just joking with my co-host there, folks.
Everybody looked funny at us when we went to prom, I'll tell you that.
I can imagine that.
But you know what? She didn't dance with anybody else.
There you go. That's a way to look at the bright side of every situation, brother. Big forearm shot. Fans getting behind him.
Oh, I think Eclipso's liking it. He's smiling. Oh, putting those big forearms across Tony's back, throwing him over.
Oh, and look at that.
Hot tag. Tony's not having that interference
All
anymore.
4 men in the ring, and it's turned into a Pier 6 brawl. Referee's going to have to get control of it here. Look at that double sunset flip.
It took a little extra power to get the Southern Wrecking Ball pulled over right there, but Scott Lee did it. Now the referee's trying to get things separated, get this back to the contest it's supposed to be.
Veteran has the former champion in the corner, goes to shoot him in, reverses it. And look at that. Ace England's got a ball bat, and he's telling Wentworth, hey, I think the referee's called a DQ on Ace England. The referee's called a DQ on Ace England for the use of the ball bat as a foreign object. Tony Ray and Scott Lee, they had the match won there, and they've lost by DQ, Josh.
Wow, I did not see this contest coming out this way.
What a situation. The referee confirmed with our ring announcer. We're going to get an announcement here about the official decision.
I'll tell you what, our new chief camera operator is getting a lot of action in here tonight. Lewis is doing a phenomenal job.
The Southern Wrecking Crew, Scott Weddle, and the legendary Eclipso.
Your pet is more than just a companion, they're family. At Boyce Holland Veterinary Services, we understand the special bond you share. Our dedicated team is committed to providing exceptional care tailored to your pet's unique needs. From routine checkups and vaccinations to advanced diagnostics and surgery, we're here to keep your furry friend happy and healthy throughout their life. We believe in a partnership with you. Together, we'll create a personalized healthcare plan to ensure your pet's well-being. Experience the Boyce Holland difference. Your pet's health is our priority. No appointment necessary. Give us a call today. Your pet deserves the best.